What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning into the Phanime Bros Podcast. I'm your host, Alfie and Tovar, and with me, as always, is...
Tony Tovar, your brother from the same mother.
Heck yeah, bro. Well, hey, this is a podcast, anything and everything fandom. We talk about anything from Marvel, DC to anime. We are very excited to be here. We got a couple of announcements coming up for the podcast. Right now, we are working out doing a Patreon setup. Been working on it when I have time. We've been doing a little bit of, duets on TikTok and stuff like that just to get the ball rolling so we can get some content out there for you guys and as well as sharing stuff. The news segment.
News.
Yeah. So go ahead, Tony. Go ahead and lead us off with the news segment. We're going to go ahead and start off with Marvel. Marvel has some news, good and bad, but we'll see what you guys think.
One of the bad side is during Comic-Con, Marvel did not have a panel this year, which was kind of a weird thing. Usually Marvel every year is at Comic-Con, going over a new phase of Marvel, but this year with the strikes and everything, they didn't, and neither did DC. One of our biggest, draws around was actually X-Men 97 was kind of given a little bit more detail on it, which is going to be super nice that it's not like a remake. It's kind of a continuation of where it left off, which is going to be nice.
That's going to be great.
And then we also got some big news on Marvel Zombies.
Ooh, yes.
It's going to be fully rated mature. It's going to be a show. It's supposed to be almost as dark as the comic book. So I am pretty excited for this.
I wish I had my books with me because I have them. I bought them.
Nice.
Yeah, I got them like a couple years ago, just kind of like I saw the cover and I was like, this looks pretty cool. And once I bought the issue 1, I was like, crap, I got to get the other issues, and I have them all. Dude, it's really freaking good and really gory. If anything, if they were to ever make it a movie, Sam Raimi, come on, man. Let's do this.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Redeem yourself from Multiverse of Madness. Come on.
So yeah, I heard that there were some rumors and stuff coming up too. I don't know what else there about the Blade movie. Correct? There's some information about the Blade movie.
Yeah, they actually started filming, which is a big plus, even with these strikes going on. That they started filming. I haven't heard much more than that, which is definitely a plus because of everything going on with the talent strikes, which is totally understand. People need to get their money. But us selfish ass comic book fans want the movie now.
Yeah. They started Blade and then they kind of stopped it. So it's one of those things where it's like, give us Blade. You guys teased us with it. You guys gave us the tip, and now we want the full thing. You can't just tease us.
We want it all.
Well, that's awesome, dude. That's great. I know that Marvel didn't have a panel at Comic-Con this year as well, which is really bummer, which is due to the strikes, correct? Right.
Yeah. So both Marvel and DC, even Sony and Universal didn't have a panel either. It seemed like a lot of these bigger movie companies just forewent San Diego Comic-Con this year. We did get some news though about DC. Not gonna, we didn't get everything, but we got something.
Yeah.
And it, to me, it's a big one. It's this new graphic novel coming out with Batman called The Gargoyle of Gotham. They kind of had like a little bit of a trailer, and it looks so dark. Yeah, it looks super dark, super awesome. The stuff that they showed from the novel looks like it's going to be a Batman who is past his threshold and is ready to kill.
Yes, dude, that's what we need.
So
we need
finally
something a little different.
What we need.
You know what's interesting? That is this going to be animated?
No, it's going to be a graphic novel.
Oh, graphic novel. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
So for this,
I think eventually it will.
So for this graphic novel, I feel like just DC has a lot of the animation on lock. They have a lot of the comic books on lock and graphic novels on. But when it comes down to like just the movies, they're trying to tread water.
They're missing.
Yeah, they're
exactly
just treading water. I know they're doing the best they can, but it's just like they need to listen to us nerds out here. Whoever's pulling the strings, James Gunn has it. He's doing the best he can, but you give a guy a messy pile, here, fix it. What do you expect? It's not going to be perfect. And I heard Blue Beetle is not going to do very good in the box office as well.
That's what I've heard. To me, it looked like the action was going to be great. The CGI is going to be great, but to me, it seems like the story is going to be very dull.
Yeah, it's kind of like a been there, done that kind of.
Yeah, it feels kind of like Shazam.
Do you feel like people are getting hero fatigue?
Yes, I think so. And especially with, we've had Marvel for so long. We've had DC's tried so hard, and I think people are just getting tired of like the hero wins. Later in a little bit, we'll get to Secret Invasion and why I like it so much. But yeah, I think a lot of people are just getting tired of like the hero scene. Like I think people want to see more like Suicide Squad and stuff like that, where like the anti-heroes are doing their thing.
A little more depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been there. We've seen the origin stories. We've seen all the beginning. Oh, this is how this person became a hero. We're over it. We want to see something different. That's why I like Spider-Man movie, because it started off with Tom Holland. It's just Spider-Man already. It didn't give us an origin story, which I think that was the best move ever.
Same thing with the Batman.
Yeah.
With Robert Pattinson the Batman, because they didn't go into how he became Batman. It was just early Batman.
Yeah. Well, because everybody
kind
of already has an understanding of how Batman became Batman.
Exactly.
I think
we don't need to see it all over again.
I think there could be a couple movies that are going to come out that are going to like help fix it. Deadpool is one of them, I feel. They're going to be, that's definitely going to be something, especially with Wolverine. It sucks because it's like Deadpool's coming out it almost seems like the decline of Marvel. You know, I'm hoping that it could bring it back up.
And I think that's what Marvel's thinking, is that Deadpool will just bring it back to life, especially being a rated R movie. You know, they finally announced who's playing Superman.
Ooh, yeah.
And don't chastise me if I'm saying this wrong, but it's David, is it Corn Sweet?
I think that's how you say it.
Corn Sweat?
Yeah.
I kind of did a little bit of research on him yesterday, and he's not in anything tremendously big. He's not like well known for anything he's in right now. So I think this is going to set the pace for him. This is going to be his big break, whether, this is going to be the make or break for him, whether he's going to be Superman for a long time or, he's going to trip and stumble and we're only going to get one Superman.
He kind of looks like Henry Cavill.
Yeah, kind of like his little brother.
Yeah, I was like watching, somebody posted like a side by side, and I was like, holy crap, okay, never mind. Let's see if he gets the bodybuilder. I doubt he's going to do the bodybuilder thing.
No,
because I feel like Henry Cavill's the more of the guy to actually put in that hard work for the geeks. He does it for the geeks.
Warhammer people.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I want to get into eventually, but I know that I heard people once they get into that, they get into it. That's it for our news segment right now. We are, whatever else you guys have, we'll have ready for next week. Do you happen to have any comic books you wanted to bring up that you were reading?
I only have one, and I finally found a digital version of the last Ronin. Tell me, dude, that I've never had a manga or a comic book series make me want to cry.
Oh, really?
I read those ones. It is so sad. Like,
I started
it is beyond sad.
I haven't finished it. I started it, but I haven't finished it.
Yeah, I think you definitely enjoy it, but it's like it hits you in the heartstrings.
Damn, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is just buy it digitally and then just keep buying the book. I mean, right now they probably have it in graphic novel, anyways. Probably won't be able to find like single issues. Well, that's awesome. Deadpool has a manga.
Wait, he has a manga?
Yeah, dude. It's from what I've seen, from what people are posting online. It's really cool. It's called Deadpool Samurai. Deadpool lands in Tokyo. Everything goes wrong. When Iron Man and Deadpool join the Avengers and the Samurai Squad. Basically, after a while, he calls Japan's strongest hero to help him. And do you know who's the strongest hero in Japan is to help him? All Might.
Who is it? So it's a crossover with My Hero then?
Yes, it is, dude.
Oh, shit.
I was at Target the other day and I happened to walk in the book aisle and I saw the manga, but it wasn't the first issue. So it was like volume 2 or something like that. So I was like, I want the first one. I don't want to just pick up from the middle. I saw that All Might goes and helps him and fangirl over All Might. It's so super funny.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have to go to Barnes & Noble and find that.
Dude, it looks dope. Like, it's Deadpool. Yeah, it's all in the anime style, So that's something I was like all week. I was like, I'm going to talk about it. So I'm really excited. Was there any trailers coming up soon?
Yes, and I think I kind of mentioned it earlier in the text too. Was that Godzilla -1?
Oh yeah.
Is freaking intense. Like I saw the trailer and then I was like, cool, this is going to be really good. And when I finally someone broke it down of like what it's about, and it is Japan post Hiroshima bombing. So that's why they call it -1. So basically, Godzilla kicks this country when they're down already.
Shoot.
And it has nothing to do with the monster universe. There's no Godzilla versus anybody. It's just literally Godzilla coming and rampaging Japan.
It's funny that you say that too, because there is also Godzilla versus Justice League versus King Kong coming out also. Have you seen that?
I've seen that. Yeah,
dude, that actually looks pretty cool, because I was like, it looks like the movie recent Godzilla, and it looks like the most recent King Kong too. And I was like, what the heck? But I'm about it, dude. It looks freaking dope.
Oh yeah, that's another series to me that's making a big comeback now that kind of Marvel's having the downtime and DC is. That monster universe has been really good. Like Godzilla vs. King Kong, Skull Island. Those have all been really good movies so far. Like super entertaining. You don't have to read into a story. It's kind of just action out there.
Yeah, just action and action. I think that's the way that they need to do it.
Yeah, and especially in that new trailer, that -1, Godzilla legitly looks scary. He doesn't look like a big lizard. to me, he just looks scary. Like, he looks like a scary monster.
Looks like a beast, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I think this one definitely does him justice of like what he should look like.
That's another good thing that's gonna, we hungry. We be eating good.
Yeah.
It's coming
and
up.
What's nice is we're getting more than just heroes. Like we said, we're getting more substance than just hero stuff. We're getting new, like, Godzilla. We're getting Ninja Turtle stuff. Like, it's definitely like a nostalgia for.
Yeah, I saw you did the duet, a duet for the new TMNT trailer.
Yeah, this movie has been like it got to me. Like, from the first trailer, like, it got to me, and I love the fact that Ice Cube is one of the voices of the villains.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it works. Like,
yeah,
it definitely works.
I like the fact that they're actually teenagers acting. You know what I mean? They're not like 30-year-old men trying to portray teenagers. The movies were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but were they really teenagers? It seemed like they were like mid-20s.
Wasn't Johnny Knoxville like freaking Leonardo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody hates on that one. I like it. I don't care.
It's a soft spot. I like the second one.
Yeah.
But that one with Rocksteady and Bebop, that to me is, and it's so funny. Like, a wrestler, Sheamus, was the voice of Rocksteady, and then it jumps to John Cena's the voice of Rocksteady in this one. All right, I can go with that.
Wrestlers have it in them to be animated creatures.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's another show that's going to be coming out. It's going to be a one-shot anime show. It's going to be called Monsters. It's by Ichiro Oda. It's going to be a one-off of One Piece. It's going to be a new anime. So there is a character in the anime who slays a dragon. And that's kind of what I think this is going to be about, So it's going to be cool because it's like main character is who owned the sword that Zoro had for a little bit. The Shisui sword. So it's that guy who previously owned it. And if you watch Thriller Bark Arc, there's a zombie. Well, he's not really a zombie. He's like been reanimated, brought back to life by this guy who runs Thriller Bark, who bringing people from the dead and making them his minions. So he makes like an army of the dead kind of deal. And basically he got this samurai who was a legend, got his body, reanimated him to make him his soldier, fight for him. And then when the Straw Hat Pirates showed up on Thriller Bark, which is a giant ship, it's just called Thriller Bark, Zoro goes head to head with him. And basically the guy, Zoro defeats him, and when he defeated him, sword, once you defeat me. Come to find out that in the long lineage, Zoro is kind of like a far away descendant of that line. So I think that's pretty cool. It just announced like a couple days ago.
Yeah, I think you had just posted it, right?
So, the main character is going to be called Ryuma, who's the main character.
Oh.
All right. Well, today we wanted to talk about one of our shows that we are highly enjoying right now that not a lot of people are getting a lot of credit for. The one and only Secret Invasion.
That's right.
Nick Fury's time to shine. And you know what?
Exactly. His return to fix everything.
And if I could say one thing, I'm not trying to spoil the show for anybody out there. If, people go out there and watch it. I really like it. For me, it's a fresh breath air. It's different. It's not the typical, kind of along the lines of Winter Soldier, and then also meets like Falcon Winter Soldier, that kind of like serious like tone that I like about it.
Yeah, and no like crazy action heroes, like magical heroes coming to save the day.
I like that it's basically like an espionage, secret. You don't know who is who here. You can't trust anybody.
Exactly.
From what I saw from episode 1, when I first watched it, I remember you saw it before me. You told me to check it out. I checked it out later that day, and I was like, okay, here, open-minded. I'm just gonna check it out, and I really, I enjoyed it. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna catch up on episode 2 now, and I watched episode 2, and so far I caught up on the most recent one that we had last week.
That one was full of thrillers.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the ending of that episode.
I think the most recent episode ending was pretty cool. How's the plot for you in this? I know we said that we both liked it because it's different, but what do you feel about it?
I like it because I feel like it's fixing a lot of things. Like, I feel like it's not just, we have to call Thor to fix everything. Like, and they mentioned that. They're like, well, why don't you call one of your superhero friends? And he's like, I gotta fix this on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm liking about it. It's going against the normalcy of like, they're just gonna call in a hero, he's gonna show up last second and save everything.
And I think that's why people are not giving it a chance, because they're like, I want to see Thor. I want to see, Spider-Man. But it's like Nick Fury, he's a super secret agent. He put the team together. He knows what it is, and he's trying to take care of himself, which I think is cool. Let him shine. Let him do his things.
Yeah, exactly. Old man fisherman Nick Fury is badass.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? Spoiler, he doesn't have his eye patch for most of the show.
Yeah, until the end of this last episode.
Yes.
Which, this is what, episode 4 or 5?
I think it's episode 4.
That's the last one.
Go.
So we have 2 more
Yeah.
left.
Yes.
Because apparently it's only a six series run.
And I think the plot of the show has been very exciting. You know, I'm
yeah.
looking forward to it. And usually when I'm like watching a show, sometimes I'll be on my phone, sometimes I'll be doing something else. It's just on. Kind of, I'm watching it, but I'm not watching it. You know, this show,
Yeah.
I'm not going to miss anything. I'm going to continue. Keep my eyes on the screen, because if not, I'm going to miss something.
You're missing something. Exactly. And I did that with the first episode, and I literally had to rewatch it and put my phone down.
Yes.
To, you know, because there was a lot of different things happening that, like, if you don't see it and you see something different, you're like, you're missing something completely, you know.
I had to do that a couple times. I had to like rewind it. I was like, oh crap, I missed something. And I'll rewind it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just don't know why people are hating on it. Maybe because it's just people are so
it's not
like
their super actiony what they want.
Well, how do you say it? Like those people, they're getting all this like big dose of dopamine really quick, and they want more. You know what I mean? I'm just like, dude,
they're just like fiending for more.
Yeah, just enjoy it. I guess the overall, which character? I mean, other than Nick Fury, do you really like? Other than Nick Fury,
I know he's the bad guy, but Gravik is pretty badass. Like, he reminds me of a legit good big bad villain, not like how they did Kang in, you know, Ant-Man. This one seems really legit. Like, he seems like a legit threat.
Yeah.
And, you know, spoilers, the powers that he gains make him like one of the badass Skrulls.
Yeah, so so far the powers that he revealed. Okay, well, I mean, if nobody's watched, spoiler alert for everybody, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there, so then we can just continue discussing the show without having to worry about it. So basically, the whole secret invasion is about Nick Fury and Carol Danvers promise to find them a place to live, another planet.
Mm-hmm.
Carol Danvers took off to save
and then the
universe.
happened.
Blip happened. She ends going around the universe trying to save and help people. Nick Fury gets blipped. Skrulls are kind of put there to figure out their own thing.
Talos kind of brings in a lot.
Yeah, so while everybody was blipped, Talos tries to get a hold of more of the Skrulls and tells them, hey, come to Earth. Come to find out, Nick Fury finds out that there's over 1 million Skrulls on Earth. So, which pisses him off because obviously he's the one in charge of them. He's the one overseeing everything. And little does he know that there's 1 million different Skrulls running around. Not all bad, you know what I mean? But some not all good. It's like the human beings, you know. I guess Nick Fury's trying to find a way to have everybody coexist. Talos wanted, you know, everybody just to coexist.
Yeah.
But powers at bay are twisting what's going on. Yeah. So with that being said, you know, after Endgame, the fight against Thanos, nobody really thought about it, but they really did. The superheroes with superpowers, when Thanos messed them up, their blood laying around, their DNA's out there on the floor everywhere. Nick Fury sent the Skrulls out to go pick them up, which is kind of frustrating because it's like, Nick, come on, these guys are saving the Earth. You're out there doing some shit. Again, what got S.H.I.E.L.D. in trouble. Again, you got the Tesseract. Look what fucking happened. Now you're going to go get the DNA of all the superheroes. Look what's happening again. Come on, man. I get you're trying to do good, but he doesn't have, you know, a winning streak with doing that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So there comes up, Gravik comes to Earth as a young child. He was fighting, you know, the Kree, comes to Earth as a child looking for a place to live, but, you know, Nick gets blipped. Stuff doesn't happen fast enough. Gravik gets mad. Gravik was part of the team that went out there to go get the DNA of the superheroes, and now Gravik is trying to try to get the heroes' DNA so he can implement for himself, so he could be part of the Super Skrulls. So one thing I was thinking, you know, we talked about that he has regenerative powers as Killian. How did he get Killian? Right. How did they get Killian's DNA? Did they say that how they got that?
No, but I can kind of think of maybe they got it from Pepper. Maybe Pepper gave some of her DNA to like sample to help fix. Remember, because she had Killian's power as well, and she didn't blow up like the other ones did. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe this was like along the lines of like Tony had it, and then, you know, maybe gave it to Nick Fury. See, and then I'm going in too in depth with it, but what the hell? Go deep. How did they get Groot's DNA? Do you have like a tree branch laying around, or like did he have blood?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, because, you know, he has branches, right? And for Endgame, he was teenage Groot, right? He was still little. So, you know, he shoots out his branches, people cut him off. I think maybe there's some type of DNA in those branches that he has to have some type of fluid, right? So they probably got it, melted down, extracted it. Because, spoiler, Gravik has 2 powers that are very obvious that we've seen, which is going to be Killian's regenerative powers and Groot's branches, which is kind of a slap to the face to Groot.
Yeah, I was kind of amazed by that. And then Gaia, which is Talos' daughter, we come to find out that she has Killian's powers as well. They show in this last episode that she kind of snuck in and gave herself the power before trying to run away from Gravik and his army.
See, that's the thing. I missed that, and that's what happens when I don't pay attention, because, you know, she leaves. I remember she walked in, she saw what was going on, she got the information, she was talked to Talos, gave him the information. Gravik found out that she was a snitch. Snitches get stitches. And he shoots her. And then that's the end of the episode. The next episode, she comes back to life, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, when did she get these powers? I was so confused. So, that's the only thing, of what I was kind of like confused about. But is that the only power she got?
Yeah, see, she didn't break that down. They didn't go that far. So maybe she did get like Groot, or possibly even maybe the captain's, ultra strength.
He said that they had everybody's DNA.
See, and then that also makes me think, it's like people tried so fucking hard to replicate Captain America's serum, and all of a sudden, like, they can just use his DNA and then zap, they get his power, where, like, that's how we got all the different Weapon X's. Like,
come on, if I was like a freaking Hydra agent, I'd be like, you fucking assholes, I got you now. Another thing that ends up happening in the most recent the latest second to latest episode is Talos is dead. He gets killed by Gravik. Gravik was brutal with it. He was kind of like pretending to be a soldier helping him out, and then he had him, and then Nick Fury pulls out his gun and is like, hey, let him go. And he turns back, he's like, nah. He kills him.
Stabs him. Yep. And then Fury shoots him in the face, and you kind of still see that, like, almost like that Terminator style, like, where he shoots him and you can see all the indent, and then it just regenerates.
And that was, I'm hoping he's not dead, because I like Talos a lot. He's the voice of reason, really, if you really think about it. He was, Nick Fury has no problem killing a Skrull. Talos is like, no, like, there's innocent people. Don't kill my people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
so maybe Gaia is going to be the one to step up and take that position of her dad.
In the latest episode, she burned him, right? Had a little funeral for him?
Yes, they had like a little, like, almost like a scroll type of ceremony for him.
So what do you think about Nick Fury being married to a Skrull?
That caught me by surprise. Like, that whole little, like, bit of conversation between him and her when she was going to kill him. That to me is why I like this series. It's like stuff like that, very in-depth. Like, they slow it down, and it's like, makes it more, like, you can connect more with him,
I was really surprised. Had no clue that was going to happen. That his wife. Well, I had kind of inkling that she was a Skrull when he was talking, but I was like, Nick, double dipping. But then again, she was like, "Would you love me if I didn't look like this?" And he just didn't say anything.
Yeah, he's like, you selfish son of a bitch, Nick Fury.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, and then he'd be like, "Who is this person I'm talking to? Who is she?" And it's just like, that's why. And when she was like, I want to die here in my house when they come get me, and then her and Gaia just fucking annihilate
John
those
Wick
guys.
Mode.
Like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it ends the most recent episode ends with Nick Fury donning his eye patch
and
putting
iconic,
on
like, trench coat,
and then his beanie. I was like, there you go. He's ready. He's going back. He's ready to kick some butt. Gravik had a couple times to actually kill. He could have killed him when he shot Maria Hill point blank.
He could have killed him when he killed Talos. But remember, they said that they need Nick because they need to know where the rest of those samples are. Because Nick Fury hid them again. He, like, changed the location of all the different DNA samples.
How do you feel about that lady that's with him? I forgot her name. The one from
the MI6. She is pretty badass. Especially that part where she's interrogating that Skrull in that butcher shop. Fucking brutally badass. Like.
And then when she goes to the other guy who's like
her boss,
and he shoots him in the leg. And he's like, nah, he's a Skrull, and everyone's like, what the hell? She's like, peace out.
Yeah, she's like, I don't have a policy against shooting Skrulls, and then just blasts them in the face.
And then another one was where she was like, what is it called? She's interrogating that husband and wife, and she's like, my husband didn't do anything. And then he's like going to kill his wife. Like, our men on Earth, they're the same as you guys. And then just shoots him in the head.
Badass. Like, I think she's pretty badass.
I think she might have something to do with DeFontaine.
Yeah, well, because she's trying to put together the Thunderbolts, isn't she? She's like the Nick Fury of the Thunderbolts.
Exactly. She's the more ruthless version of them, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's going to have a big thing to do with it, because I did, feel a little weird about it. There's a lot of things that are not adding up yet for me, maybe, that are supposed to have Captain America. It's called, like, New World now. They changed the name of it, because in this one, the president almost got killed. But from what I was reading in the new Captain America, the president dies, and that's how General Ross becomes president, which is Harrison Ford's new character. So, maybe that's how they're going to link that to that, which is going to be pretty cool. You know, big thing we haven't talked about yet is the fact that fucking Rhodey is a Skrull.
Yes.
It's like, where is the real Rhodey?
That really caught me off guard. I think Rhodey became a Skrull. He didn't get blipped.
No,
he was one of the few that...
Right, that didn't.
So I think sometime when they blipped, I know that's when they started having the influx of Skrulls coming to Earth, and maybe some of what, maybe Talos, they know every Avenger's identity. They know who's involved with it. Maybe Gravik had access to who are important players, and maybe they're like, we got to get close to the president. We'll take over Rhodey. We'll have him. He's just a human.
You know, and I know it's probably not a big deal to some, but for me, like, you know, does Rhodey know that Tony died? Does Rhodey know that they saved the world from Thanos? Since he's probably like all set up like those other ones where they're just kind of hypnotized.
If Rhodey is being hypnotized in lockups that they have, he has no idea. And that would be very interesting to see, especially with the new series,
Iron Wars.
The Iron Wars. That would be something that he could be battling with. You know what I mean? He lost his friend. He let the president get in jeopardy. He got captured. It's probably going to be a lot of turmoil for him. So that could be a big thing for that series. I think Secret Wars is good. I'm excited to see the ending. I think they have a pretty good cast. I mean, I feel like Gravik's good. I feel like Nick Fury's good. Gaia's good. I like it all. And I especially like how the Skrulls, they're there, but they're not there. Like, you don't know who's a Skrull, who isn't. Especially in one of the episodes where Nick Fury kept seeing that little girl with the ball. It comes to find out it's actually Gravik. Gravik has his eye on him. He's been following him. And like he said, he could have killed him all those times. But he's probably trying to figure out if Nick Fury will slip up. I think Nick Fury is playing the long game. He acts stupid, but he's not stupid. They did say, remember, they're talking about, you're usually like 10 steps ahead of us. I think he's like 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Oh, yeah. I think that he's playing dumb for this big setup in the last 2 episodes coming up.
Who do you think he called at the end when he's like, hey, it's time to go. Let's do this.
I don't know. See, and that got me all like...
He could be just talking to Gaia.
I honestly... after we talked about this in the text, I feel like it's Captain America. I feel like it's Sam.
Really?
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool.
It's like he's a big hero, but he's not like super. Like, he doesn't have the super serum, but I think he would make a big difference.
That'd actually be pretty cool to have, like,
or even the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since Falcon Winter Soldier. It would be nice to see him. I think the show is going to be good. We got a new episode coming up. This Wednesday?
Yep. This Wednesday.
We're almost there. I think we might be this might be the 5th episode.
Yeah, I think it's the 5th one. So we got 2 more before it's over, and we'll see what that leads into, because hopefully that leads into something big too. Not just how Wanda and Vision kind of like, I know it set up Multiverse of Madness, but we didn't know that at the time, and it felt like it just kind of was like a one-off thing.
Well, and they said, "Where's Vision?"
Where's White Vision at? Like,
he just took off, and they haven't talked about it at all. Like, what the hell's going on with him? Yeah, it was Paul Bettany, right, that plays him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
We were not going to know because there's a writer's strike. There's nobody going to write it. But at the same time, it's just like, what the f***? You know what I mean? Like, they kind of left the door open for him, but what the f***'s going on?
But, like, people are going to start losing it. People are losing interest already. Like, people are, like, not caring as much. I think
that's what sucks.
That's what's going on. Yeah.
But overall, guys, check it out. It's a good show. Let's keep it going. I know. Give it a chance. Watch it. Yeah.
Even people who are not big Marvel fans, like, I think it's good because it's not throwing superheroes in your face. Like, it's like we said, it's like an espionage spy type of show. And
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So overall, all the things we discussed today has been pretty cool. Just think that, hopefully Marvel could get the act together and start giving us something to care about. But that's it for our episode for today. I want to, tell everybody thank you for checking out this episode, and thank you for bearing with us. We're trying our hardest to get some more content out to you guys. We're doing the best we can. Please follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok and on Instagram and on our Facebook page. We're active in all of those, and as well as our personal profiles. You can find me at Keymaster Lifts on Instagram and Keymaster Lifts on TikTok, and you can find Tony at
Tony of the Hidden Mist on IG. Recently updated, and then Tony of the Hidden Mist on TikTok, and on Facebook it's just Tony Tovar. I know. Tony Tovar sounds like Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne. It just rolls off the tongue. Tony Tovar. It's just my alter ego.
It's your secret identity, Clark Kent.
Exactly. I'm gonna have to get some glasses now.
We've been kicking around some ideas what we're gonna do for the next episode coming up. We're thinking about either doing a movie or having a special guest, so be prepared for either one of those. We'll probably post during the week of what that's gonna be. We might do a cult classic. We might do another TV show. We might do an anime. It's been a while since we touched One Piece, so maybe. And maybe we'll have a special guest to talk about Dragon Ball Z.
No,
a realm that you and the special guest I have in mind might be able to chat it up, and I might step aside and let you guys talk and just listen.
Nice.
I gotta say, One Piece has the newest episode that everybody's going to come out August 6th. Luffy's going to be hitting his Gear 5. It's a big deal. One Piece Gear 5th episode.
Oh, shit.
I did a teaser video today, so I'm going to post that probably tomorrow or probably later tonight, so everybody can check it out, so everybody can see it. It's going to be August 6th. It's going to be amazing. Everybody keep on the lookout for that. Make sure to like and follow and subscribe to us. Share it to a friend. Leave us a comment. Tell us you hate us. Tell us you love it, either on Spotify or YouTube or TikTok. We post all of this on Spotify and YouTube, so you can watch it on either one of those. Give us a 4-star rating. Give us a 1-star rating. We don't care.
Give us something.
Check us out. Yeah, we are working on a Patreon, which we are going to be doing some live videos. We're going to be doing some live watches. So either with me or Tony, keep a lookout for a lot of our teaser videos and trailer videos and duets.
Oh, hell yeah, we got some more coming out soon.
All right, guys. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That's
Until next time.
All right, later.